It's your boy Links, everything balanced.
3 minutes, 59.4 seconds, shattering the 4-minute mile, the Everest of athletic achievement.
Dewey Cooper and John Mbumba on the other side, and a great embrace for two men who first met up to talk about this fight at Wembley Stadium. And what a reception for Francis Ngannou. And who knows how the judges may see this.
When something has never been done, people will almost accept and believe that it's not possible, right? Until 1952, it was not possible to run the mile under 4 minutes. It wasn't possible. No one had ever done it. Scientists were saying you need special conditions, you need a certain kind of track, you know, it's not possible for you. Now, Roger Bannister came along in 1952. He ran the mile under 4 minutes. The first to ever do it. And what happened after this? More athletes started to break the barrier. The barrier that couldn't have never been done for years. You had a whole single race where everyone in the race broke the barrier. You know what I mean? So there's something about when something it seems impossible and somebody does it. You know, it's to defy all the odds. You know, so having that belief and that tenacity to press forward, to move on is it takes real character. You know, because being an individual is almost underrated nowadays. You know, everybody wants to be like somebody else. You know, and you know, it takes great courage to go out on a conquest. You know, to achieve something that the majority say is not possible. You know, I want to big up to send a big up to Francis Ngannou. You know, because you know, we you know, in my last post, you know, shout out to all those who you know, who encouraged me to press forward with the will to win. You know what I mean? And you know, we're all going through some kind of struggle of some kind in our life, or we will have overcome, or you know, or currently going through. And it's in adversity that you find yourself. You know what I mean? And you know, this guy that was, you know, this guy from a young age, from the age of 9, his first job, you know, to get by was working leveling sand in a sand mine. You know how much, you know, he credits his physique to this, you know, shoveling sand, right? The weight of sand is no joke. So it's not down to him getting up doing you know, weights every day. You know, it's this physical labor, and you know, coming from an impoverished background, and also his father was a fighter in the community, and he just wanted to turn a negative into a positive. The irony that he used to watch Mike Tyson, you know, his videos of Mike Tyson, and his first boxing match, his first big boxing match, he was mentored by Mike Tyson. You know, if you fast forward a little bit, you know, many of you never knew that this guy traveled miles on a boat from Cameroon. Some people don't even survive this trip. You know, many drowns. So, you know, to go to France for a better life, thinking that France was even much easier, which, you know, he had more opportunities, but France was not as easy as he thought. And before UFC, this guy trained as a boxer, so he started out as a boxer and then moved to UFC. You know, some people have this notion that this guy never boxed before in his life, and you know, this guy was a seasoned fighter. And the other night, what I saw was the will to win. The world champion did not turn up that night. Francis Ngannou was the people's champion, and even the greats that attended the fight in Saudi Arabia had to say that. You know what I mean? Tyson Fury didn't come out with the usual fire. He he did not display the fire that night, and Francis Ngannou had the odds stacked against him. He was written off. Anyone who watches that fight will see that Francis came into this fight with the will to win. You know, it was not down to him that the champion did not turn up. He did not turn up to with that fire that night, and you could see that Francis wanted it. He didn't get the result official on paper, but he was the people's champion. And you know, like we said, you know, the will to win. You know, there is something that cultivates the will to win, and I think this guy should stick to boxing, and that's coming from a boxing fan. You know, I'm more of a boxing fan than UFC. Who knows? That's if he decides to continue and fight more in boxing. But you know, kudos to you, Francis Ngannou, and I hope many can be inspired by your story, because you know, you showed real grit, and you know, the hard work, all the tenacity, it paid off. You know, these are things that this is what champions are made of.
Dewey Cooper and John Mbumba on the other side, and a great embrace for two men who first met up to talk about this fight at Wembley Stadium. And what a reception for Francis Ngannou. And who knows how the judges may see this.
You say we are for win, you say we are for win, yo, Brahma Fry. I'll do the life, you know, easy. You say we are for win, walk with the camera like Jesus. You say we are for win. House on the hill, 34-inch rims, yeah. You say we are for win. Yeah, that's the hell on the scene, in a lead, in a swim, yeah. You say me are